For 10 years, I could barely look myself in the mirror without a wig on. Like, I didn't truly understand how conditional my love was to myself, for myself. Hey bestie, it's your girl Armani E, and I am back with another piece of me. Welcome to the rebranding of my channel. It's Armani 2.0. Okay, it's Armani 2.0. We're getting into this new season. We're feeling great, we're feeling beautiful, and we will explain why it's Armani 2.0 a little bit later, okay? But you saw that title. We're getting into 30 days of dating me. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? I have created a self-care journal, and I should have had this prepared. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I will grab that journal, girl. Stay there, stay there. I'm glad you didn't leave me. So I've created a self-care journal called Dating Me. I have 2 different versions. Let's get to focus on these versions for a second. Boom! I have this version, which is my favorite version because it is more personable. I feel like the suede just gives, it eats, babe, it eats. And then I also have this version, which is a, all my notes in there, which is a leather version. I have alopecia. I wore wigs for about 10 years. I lost all my hair when I was 14 years old, and I was so ashamed. I could not do anything. I used to dance professionally. I was a shark in that water. Like, I love to swim, and like I just let so many things like hinder me from being me. Essentially, I could have gotten scholarships for dance, and like I just decided to throw all of that away because of some hair, babes. Because of some hair? Like, what? Oh, that's so crazy to me. It's still insane. Like, the way I feel today is a complete 180. A complete 180. It's insane. So what we're doing here with the 30 days of dating me, I'm taking a couple of things out of my self-care bingo that I have in my journal, and I am putting them to test. I wanted to be consistent. I wanted to test myself on consistency, and I wanted to test myself on being loyal to myself, being loyal to my love, being loyal to my care. Like, so that's what we're diving into. I'm going to set up a jar and write 30 plus little self-care dates that I can take myself on, that you can take yourself on, and I'm just gonna pick from the jar. And for 30 days, we are going to get into some self-care, some self-love. We're gonna grow, we're gonna learn, we're gonna laugh, and I'm so excited. I'm uber excited. Are you excited? Are you as excited as I am? Let's get into it. All right, now that we're comfortable, babes, now that we're comfortable, I have drafted on my little iPad here 30 days of dating me. I did 30 days of dating me here on my Notion, and we are going to take some sticky notes and note cards, and we're gonna write the 30 days on here. Have my, you know, little art supplies here, and we gotta get into it. Let's go. Let me probably lower you so you can see me a little better. Just a little better. Don't mind the things back here. Did you want to join the party? Hey. This is Sir Remington. He's the supervisor. Hello, sir. Hey, can I do my thing? Can I do my thing? You want to sit here? You want to sit here? Sir. I don't know. I'm such a bad multitasker though, but I'm gonna try to do this and explain like a little bit about me. I don't even know what made me do this, to be honest. So when I was creating the self-care journal, I knew that I knew exactly what I wanted to do. The self-care journal itself is just my journey that I took with my own self-care, you know, and it didn't have anything to do with my hair at first. It was honestly just me not feeling myself. I was drinking a lot. I was doing a lot of things like that I shouldn't have been doing. My body wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Like, people around me weren't happy. It was just like misery loves company, and that's exactly what that era of my life, like, that was, yeah. So what I decided to do was just start living right. I was drinking a gallon a day, still am. I was juicing, I was eating right, I started exercising, and once I did that, like the people that weren't supposed to be in my life just started removing themselves, and that felt amazing. I was never sad about it. Every time someone removes themselves from my life, or like God removes them from my life, I'm just like, wow, like that was a breath of fresh air that I did not know I needed. So that all started happening, and I just see, I'm so bad at multitasking, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that all started happening, and I just decided that I couldn't continue writing this self-care journal, and I couldn't encourage you to be yourself and love yourself when I didn't truly love myself, and I didn't truly understand how conditional my love was to myself, for myself. Like it was insane. Once I had that realization, like I was like, yo. So I'm just gonna tell this story and then I'll get into this because it's so hard. I can't multitask. I haven't started anything. This is so terrible. But yeah, so I decided, once I decided that I didn't want my love for myself to be conditional anymore, I tried it. I tried to go without my wig. I stepped out in public for the very first time. I remember I was working at this restaurant called Shandy's, and I basically started explaining to people what I wanted to do first, and that's insane to me too. Like I was basically asking for permission to be myself, and oh my god, that's insane. Like thinking back right now, like why was I doing that? Why was I doing that? I was asking for permission to be myself. So I was telling my friends, I was telling like the guy I was with, I was like, hey, so I'm gonna do this thing. I have alopecia and I don't want it to be like weird. And I even told them, I was like, I'm not seeking validation, which I totally freaking was. I'm not seeking validation, but like I'm about to do this thing, okay? And all positive energy. They were like, yeah, like do it. Like we ready for you to do it. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Like you'll be beautiful anyways. Like we haven't seen it, but like you'll be beautiful. My mom was hyped. My grandma was hyped. Like I was just seeking validation. And so like the first place I did it, no, the very first place I did it, bruh, I was a little tipsy, not gonna lie, but I decided I was going to take my wig off in the car, and I was gonna walk from my car, which was in the garage of my apartment, and walk to my apartment, which was this huge thing, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I took off my wig and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I feel so good. Like I didn't understand like how powerful, do you understand how liberated I felt? Nobody was around me, nobody could see me. It was technically public because I wasn't in my home, but I took my wig off and I just walked to my door, and I felt like the baddest in the world, man. The baddest. And so I had decided that I was going to give it a try. So the very first place that I tried it in public was at this restaurant that I used to work at, Shandy's. And oh my goodness, God bless her. Like she will forever be a part of my life. I don't care if we don't ever speak again. She is such an amazing woman. Like she was just like, girl, stop asking for permission. She is Nigerian. She has an accent. I'm not gonna attempt the accent, but like she was like, girl, just do it. She was like, we don't care. She was like, you shouldn't either. And I was like, oh my god, you're right, I shouldn't. So I was so timid. I made a video. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Look, I'm gonna insert the video here of like the day that I did it. That was crazy. I'm gonna insert it here.
Nervous, but I'm not gonna cry. I said I wasn't gonna cry, so we're not gonna do that.
But that was completely insane. That was an experience there, and I even have a video of the first night I went out, which was the same night. I'll put that here.
Wish me luck. This is a moment. This right here is a moment. But this is a fit, you know. You see me.
But yeah, I walked in and then Shandy was like, I don't understand what you've been hiding for. She was like, you are so beautiful. And I was like, Shandy! I was like, stop it, babe. Stop it. so bad. You're gonna make a young baddie cry. But yes, it's just so many encouraging words, so many things that I needed. The guy I was with was very supportive, very encouraging, and he was like when bald girls walk down the street, don't nobody be like, damn, like, oh, she's bald. They be like, damn, like, that's a bad chick, like, and something to the tune of that. But my friends were so super hyped. Some of them knew but had never seen, and some of them it was just like, damn, we didn't even know you was looking like that, babe. Ooh. And like my mom was so hyped, she was excited, she was like throwing a party and sending me things, like she was so hyped. Like my grandma too, they both deserve their flowers. They both deserve their flowers, for real, for real. Like I love them to death. We got our ups and downs, but I love them to death. When I first like got diagnosed and officially like knew what was going on, before I even lost all my hair, I was just losing my hair. My mom cut off all of her hair. And like I didn't understand how powerful that was back then, but like, you know, our parents, like, they go through it with us, like they really do. And so I didn't understand it at the time, but man, like it's been a long journey full of tears and laughter and everything in between. But like nobody gets it like I get it, but like nobody gets it like my mama get it either. Like anywho, back on track, back to the story. I tried it last year and didn't really work out. I was so insecure. I was hella insecure. There were a lot of things that really discouraged me at the time too, and I just wasn't ready. Like I was still drinking and going to bars and stuff, and so I went to a bar, and I hadn't really been drinking that night, and I think it really pissed me off that everybody around me was like super drunk too. So that's another reason why this kind of hit me. But like these drunk girls in the club were like, excuse me sir, like they were drunk. They didn't like, it wasn't like they intentionally were saying anything or anything, but like they bumped into me and they were like, oh sorry sir, like excuse me sir. And I was like, oh my god, I'm a ma'am. I was like, I'm a ma'am. I told my friends, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. So we ended up like just going to like another like low-key bar after that, and that happened to me I think 3 times. So it was at the bar, I was at Bath and Body Works, and the guy there, the little guy there was like, excuse me sir, like do you need help? Do what, like what do I'm bald, but that don't mean I look like a sir. I got on eyeliner, and I think I had on like, I wasn't wearing a dress, but damn, man, sir, you're sober. Please get it together. I think those are the 2 major times, because those are the ones that are embedded in my brain. But that kind of like, oh, that really hurt. It hurt so bad. But I kept trying to push. And I had like planned. I ended up going out of the country last year. Dang, I went out the country 3 times last year, babe. Ooh, won't he do it? Won't he will? But I had planned. I was going to London, and I had already planned out all my outfits and everything. The wigs to go with the outfits, babe. I was suited and booted, okay? Like, so I had already planned it out, and I ended up throwing on a wig to go out there, which I wish I hadn't, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I needed what I needed at the time I needed it. And I just ended up going over there wearing my wigs, and I enjoyed my life. And when I came back home, like I just wasn't ready to go back to being bald. And also I moved from Houston to Dallas. And so like I was like, I'm already in a new city, I'm already on like somewhat on my own, not really, but I just wasn't ready to be that person. And so I just cried so much because I was trying to push my journal. I was trying to finish my journal. Well, my journal was finished, but I was just trying to get ready to put it out. And I was just like, I cannot do this. Like, I can't tell you to love yourself. I can't tell you to care about yourself when I don't care about me. I can't do it. So like, I was so depressed because I didn't understand how I am not a fraud. I could be anything else, but I am not a fraud, okay? And so I didn't want to put out a journal, and I wasn't being true to myself. So time went on. And it wasn't until March 2024. I don't remember the exact date, but it was a random Saturday. First of all, March was one of the worst months of my life, and we not gonna get into that now, but one of the worst months of my entire life. There was so much going on. I felt like the devil was just hitting me at like I could not win for losing. I couldn't win for freaking losing. I almost cussed. I couldn't win for losing. And I don't want to think about it, but I was in so much pain every single day. Like, can you imagine being in pain nonstop every single day for a month, babe? Like, I was in pain. I was crying. I was praying. I was like, Lord, like, if you just get me through this, get me through it. I know I'm gonna come out of it, but I don't know when. I was like, Lord, just please don't let it last long, because I felt like I was dying. Like, I really did. Like, it was insane. And so one day, I wasn't done being in pain for the entire month, but one Saturday morning, I woke up in pain, but it wasn't as bad as every other day had been. And I ended up going to like do some things, and like randomly I came back home and I wasn't in pain no more. Like, after being in pain for like 3 weeks straight, like nonstop, you sleeping, waking up, eating, doing everything, and you're in pain, babe. Like, I didn't understand what it felt like to not be in pain anymore. So I just wasn't in pain, and I think it lasted for like 3 or 4 hours. But like in those 3 or 4 hours, I called a friend. I was like, look, I'm not in pain. You know, I've been in pain for 3 weeks. I just want to be outside. Like, I want to be outside. I want to enjoy the air. I want to breathe. I want to be a human being, because I hadn't felt like one in a really long time. And so I was trying to get ready. I was doing my hair. Like, I was trying to like dress up the wig and everything. And I was like, it's not working out, babe. I said, forget about it, okay? I said, forget about it. I snatched that wig off so quick, and I was like, I'm ready to go. So that was the first time I didn't think twice about it. I just went. And when I tell you I ain't gone back since, it feels so good. Oh, I like love that for me. I love it for me. I love it for me every single day I wake up and I am able to look in the mirror and just be like, damn, who are you? I be like, you're a baddie. Ooh. And I had never felt like that. For 10 years, I could barely look myself in the mirror without a wig on. Like, I wasn't allowing my mom to see me, my grandma, like none of my friends or my boyfriends or like any, like none of them had seen me without a wig. I mean, obviously my mom and my grandma had seen me without a wig, but like nobody had seen me for real. I was hiding at home. Like, I would wear hoodies and like my bonnet and stuff in the house when I was still living at home, and they were just like, oh, like, I don't understand why you're doing that, but it was like a me thing. So yeah, I feel free. I feel liberated. I feel more beautiful than I've ever felt before, and I just feel like yeah, I feel amazing. I don't even know how to explain it, because all of last year, I want to say from starting in May of last year, the word pivot kept popping up. Like, pivot. God kept telling me there's gonna be a pivot, and I didn't understand it before, but it kept popping up in my church sermons. I always randomly play YouTube videos. I always want to find like new YouTubers and creators that like I don't like know or recognize, so I always play random ones, and I had 3 specific people came up and they were talking about pivoting, and I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, that's not a word that just pops up in people's vocabulary, and it's like, it wasn't like a trend or anything where people were like, pivot. Like, no, like, it was insane. I knew it was nothing but God, and so that just kept reoccurring in my brain and in the outside world, like, pivot, okay? And so then this was my pivot. I just like, I was watching Red Table Talk with Will Smith and his kids when they were doing the Red Table Talk on emancipation, and he was telling his kids about how in the movie Peter, I haven't seen the movie, so correct me if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry, but how Peter was running away from the slave owners and everything, and like in the middle of him running away, he's fearing for his life, like he's near death. He hasn't eaten in days, he hasn't slept in days, and like he's just running through the forest away from these slave owners, and he takes a moment to just stop and praise God. And I was like, I cried. I was like, that's so powerful, because I was in so much pain. And then I kept hearing scriptures about the woman with the issue of blood, and like, it's just like for an entire month I was in pain, physically, mentally, emotionally. I was in pain, and I was still praising God. I was still reading my Bible, trying to get closer to God. I was praying. I was just like, God, like, I know I'm in pain. I know I'm hurting. I am not gonna let myself get depressed. Like, I am not. I can't afford it. Can't afford it. Okay. So I was just speaking life into myself and into my situations. And yeah, babes. It was like one day, the Saturday after I was in pain all that time, and I decided to take off my wig. I decided to go to work without my wig too. I told you I just haven't worn a wig since. But that Tuesday, I took my wig off on a Saturday. That Tuesday, God said, "You've had enough, my child." Oh, when I tell you I felt my pain lift, he said, "You've had enough, my child." And I haven't been, ooh, and I wasn't in pain since. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Ooh, okay, I'm getting chills. Yes, so I just decided since then, like, I was gonna live my life. I started a new Instagram where I'm doing like fashion and self-care, and like, ooh, I'm just living my best life right now. I'm not in the best situation for anything right now, like financially, like, or like mentally. I'm still like working on myself, but like, this is the most loved I've ever felt by myself, the most cared for I've ever felt by myself. And I just feel, ooh, I feel so free. I don't know what else to say, but I feel free, and I'm here to help you feel the same, babes. I got off track. I forgot why we was actually here. I felt like I need to get my story off my chest. I just needed to get that off my chest. Thanks for letting me vent to you real quick. But now let's get into this 30 days of dating me. Like I said, I got a list of dates, and I really want to take myself on some cute dates today. We're gonna date me, and I hope you're dating yourself too. We can, if you go on the same dates that I go on, please post them and tag me. I want to have a blog anyways. Like, I'm gonna start like a blog posting where everybody else can, like, I've never blogged before, so I don't know how to do it, but I really want to see your dates. And I want to explain my journal more, because I feel like even if you don't have my journal, like if you don't buy my journal, because you don't have to, but please do. But even if you don't, I'm gonna explain like what's in it, and maybe you can just do it on your own, because it's very powerful. And I'm telling you, it's exactly how I went through my healing and my journey. But I'm gonna stop talking, and we're gonna get into these dates. Okay, so I have a little over 30 things in the jar. Was that 30? Does that look like 30? I don't know if they look like 30, but I have 30 for sure. Let's count them over. yeah, definitely have a little over 30. So I'm very excited. I'm nervous. Very excited, but I'm also very nervous. Yeah, let's see where this journey takes us. I'm gonna start tomorrow, so shall we go? Shall we start? Shall we see? Okay, Remy, are you not gonna be here for me? We're not doing this together? No? Okay, he doesn't want to be involved, babe. I'm scared. Please don't let this be. For the first one, I want it to be something calm. I'm very nervous, very nervous, very nervous. What is this one? Oh, this is cute. Dinner and a movie. So, tomorrow I will be taking myself to dinner and a movie. Let's see how this goes. Alright, stay tuned for tomorrow's video where I'm gonna take myself to dinner and a movie. E. Thanks for sticking along if you stuck along this far. Love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can take this journey with me, and I really hope that you're doing these days as well. Let's go to dinner and a movie together, babes. What you want to see? I know exactly what I want to see. Stay tuned. Bye. It's been your girl Money E, and I'll be back with another piece of me tomorrow. Love you.